Hi, my name is Jonathan. We're going over the Power Snatch today. We're going to work a progression, okay, and just kind of show you what we do over here at Fast. We like to take a top-down approach, okay. We'll start from the power position, work our way down, and then work the lift off from the bottom and connect the dots at the end there. Okay, so what we're going to do first, I got Tyler here. We want to make sure that we can find our grip that's appropriate to our body. Some people have different arm lengths, and therefore the bar would sit different on their hips. Okay, we want to make sure Tyler, go ahead and pick that barbell up. You want to make sure that your hands are situated right outside the outermost ring. Some barbells only have one. This barbell has two. Make sure your hands are situated right outside the outermost ones. All right. And what he's going to do is he's going to hinge over. He's going to sit that barbell right in the crease of his hips there. Lock at those elbows and go and give it a stand. And what you want is for that barbell to sit kind of at your lower abdomen. That will be the contact point for when you perform the movement. He can kind of bump it up against there, and if it's sensitive, then you're probably a little too low. Go ahead and widen out the grip and get it a little higher on there. Okay. So first part of the progression is a shrug. We want to make sure that he understands what the power position is first. Power position is the starting position for the hang. You want to make sure that he's kind of getting into a bent knee position. Chest kind of hangs over a little bit. Okay. If your chest is too vertical, then what you're looking for is you're not getting enough torque on the barbell there. You want to make sure that he is bent knee, chest hangs over a little bit, and from there he'll be able to have good force transfer into the ground and use those hips to drive that barbell nice and high. Okay, so starting with the shrug, want to make sure that, power position, 2 shrug. He's going to come high on his tippy toes, drive those shoulders right to his ears. Okay, perfect. All right, from the shrug, you want to go right into the high pull. Okay, so he's going to get into that power position and he's going to drive that barbell up nice and high and get that barbell high with his elbows outside. Keep that barbell real close to his body. Okay, I tend to tell athletes that they had a bunch of hair on their chest, they would go and shave all that hair off during that high pull. Okay. Another point is you don't want to pull back on that barbell. When that weight gets pretty heavy, then you can start to get some of that backward action to put more torque on the barbell. Right now, we want to train good habits, so come straight up when you do that. Okay. The third point here is the turnover. You're going to go from the power position and then drive that barbell up into that high pull, turn those elbows under, and then punch towards the ceiling. This would be considered a muscle snatch. All right, it's part of what we use to teach the turnover part and the lockout at the top of the move. Let's do one more. Okay, right at the hip, drive up, turn those elbows over, and punch. Perfect. Okay. From there, we want to go right into the power snatch. Okay, so we're going to go from the power position right into the power snatch. Okay, and the cues that we like to use for this is a jump and a punch. Okay, you want to make sure that when you're in that power position, you're jumping, getting a good pull, big high pull, and then punch it overhead. Perfect. Let's do one more. Good. Jump and punch. And you notice that when he does that, let's put it down. When he does that, his feet kind of shift out. They make a sound, and his arms lock out at the same time that his feet kind of do that shifting action. Okay, so you want that to happen simultaneously. Jump and punch. Okay. Next point we want to make is just kind of a side note. We want to make sure that we emphasize the hip contact. Okay, your hips are kind of a conduit to driving force in a vertical direction. Okay, but if we don't know how to use that, then we're going to drive that barbell out in front of us and not transfer that force in a vertical manner. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll have Tyler grab the barbell. He's going to get into that power position. Again, his chest is kind of hanging forward, and if he relaxes his lats, that barbell is just going to kind of hang it out in front of him. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to pump that barbell forward and back and kind of feel that bump right against that contact point and then drive that barbell up. Noticing that he didn't use his arms to drive that barbell up, but that the forceful extension of the hips are causing that action. Bump, and the barbell flies up. Okay. And from that position, we want to go ahead and get into the power snatch itself. I know his forearms are kind of getting full of blood there. Okay, so power snatch, bump twice, and then drive it up. Perfect. Let's do one more time, one more time. There we go, bump, bump, drive it up, boom, jump and punch. Perfect. Okay. From there, now we're working our way down. Okay. From the power position, you're gonna want to get all the way down to where the knee is. Okay. And then hit that contact point, and then go into that power snatch. Okay. Top of the knee, boom, hit the contact point, and catch. Perfect. Okay. Let's set the barbell down. Next point on the progression is you want to make sure that you get a proper lift off from the floor. Okay, so while Tyler here is going to set himself up so that his feet are under his hips, he's going to go ahead and grab that barbell. What's comfortable to him, he's going to start with his butt down and his gaze forward and his chest visible. Okay. Now from here, when you're in this position, you want to make sure that your knees, all right, and your chest are covering the barbell. Okay. If he leans back on that, right, that barbell's out too far out in front of him, and he's not going to get proper force transfer. Okay. So his knees are hanging over the bar, and he's going to come right up to the knee, and you notice that when he pulls, that shin angle pushes back. Okay. So go back down. Okay. He's going to do it again. He's going to pull, and that shin angle goes back. It goes vertical, and you want to make sure that you're clearing the barbell and not bumping the knees on the way up. Okay, so from the starting position, we just worked the lift off part. You want to make sure you go from the lift off, from that lift off part, and go right into your hip contact area. Okay, perfect. And he's going to go right into that power snatch. Do that again. Let's do one lift off. Perfect. Let's go. Let's do one lift off, then one power snatch. All right. Yep. One lift off, clear the barbell, then power snatch. Perfect. Awesome. So make sure that when you're doing the power snatch, you want to make sure that you kind of work a top-down progression. Other coaches teach differently, but that's the progression I like to use. Once you get down here at the bottom, then you can make sure that you hit that contact point at the hips every single time, and you'll put yourself in a good position to make that power snatch.